Real-World Challenge, IDT Post 4. The Tech2U has asked you as an instructional design consultant to create a series of lesson plans for the 6th grade classes that received the laptops. Tech2U wants an interdisciplinary series that focuses on local community culture while increasing 21st century skills. The technology integration model to be used is the Assure model. This model was first proposed by Heinrich, Melinda, and Russell in 1982 and was updated in 1999 by Heinrich, Melinda, Russell, and Smalindo. The first step in the model is to analyze learners. By defining characteristics and entry-level competencies such as prior knowledge, skills, attitudes, and learning styles, as teachers we can better lesson plan for our students. With this analysis complete, we can also introduce aspects of 21st century learning, such as critical thinking, collaboration, problem solving, etc. Our rationale for using the Assure model with standards and objectives is that the model does a good job with using a step-by-step approach to writing objectives that are student-friendly, especially for 6th graders. Starting with keeping audience in mind, determining the behavior that we want the students to exhibit, the conditions to meet that behavior, and the degree by which students demonstrate meeting the objectives works well for our target audience. This also aligns with the 21st century skills of critical thinking and problem solving as it sets goals for the students to meet. The third step in the Assure model is to select strategies, technology, media, and materials. This model works especially well with our challenge because the students are moving to a one-to-one environment, and so integrating technology and media into the everyday learning environment is essential to the 6th grader's success. Choosing strategies according to the Assure model also aligns our lessons with 21st century learning skills such as collaboration, critical thinking, and problem solving. Students will be using these skills on a day-to-day basis in a one-to-one environment. Next in the Assure model is the utilization of the technology, media, and the materials. With the Assure model, teachers preview and prepare the technology, prepare the environment, prepare the learners, and then provide the learning experience. We chose this aspect of the model because of the step-by-step basis involved. When working with 6th graders, it is essential to be prepared, and the Assure model does an exemplary job of demonstrating how to do so. This also aligns with the 21st century learning skill of problem solving, because the students are utilizing the technologies in order to solve real-world problems in the classroom setting. The fifth step of the Assure model is to require learner participation. This is where students participate in the learning activity for the lesson. This can be achieved through higher-order questions, hands-on problems, and any opportunities to practice and apply knowledge and skills. Effective learner participation requires that students have opportunities to receive feedback and guidance before being formally assessed on the knowledge and skills learned. This step works well with our challenge because, as the students become familiar with the new technology, they will need opportunities to practice their skills and apply new knowledge. They will also require feedback in order to guide the development of their learning. This step will guide the inclusion of 21st century skills by ensuring that students are utilizing and applying the skills that they have learned to the technology that they have gained access to. After the learning cycle has been completed, effective instruction requires that the lesson is evaluated based off of student achievement of the learning objectives. Special attention should be paid to the impact of the use of technology and media on the instructional process. Based on the information gathered, the lesson should be revised and changed in order to make it more effective. This step fits in well with our challenge because the integration process will not necessarily be a perfect process and will need to be revised throughout the integration of the new technology. Why would we want to use this model? The Assure model bears numerous similarities to practices already in place in Minnesota schools, evaluating our audience or students for prior learning, skills, attitudes, and learning styles. The stated objective is what we want students to be able to perform by a measurable outcome. Selecting materials and models is a beneficial process whereby the teacher assesses materials and technology available to the student, and specifically whether the technology did, in fact, assist the student in mastering the objective, and whether or not the student was able to effectively use the materials. As we have shown in our rationale for using the Assure model, each of the steps in the model ties into at least one of the 21st century skills. For example, in the Analyzing Learners step, students are using critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills. Students demonstrate prior knowledge through communication, and the development of the lesson by teachers works with students' problem solving and critical thinking skills. Throughout the Assure model, students will be accessing and developing these 21st century skills.